Tiny Table?
This is the Tiny Table cast.
We're on the Tiny Tables.
You know, Ryan, I don't want to look at you. This is the Beer vs. Vancast, episode 61. Hey, everybody, how you doing? I'm Nick.
I'm Ryan.
I'm sitting at a tiny table with Ryan.
Hi.
I honestly don't want to look at him because I don't know. Stop looking at me, dude. This is weird. We've never looked at each other while podcasting before.
So we've podcasted in the same room.
Yeah, for those like live streams, those don't count.
Those don't count. We all get to look at a video game while we podcast.
Yeah, like that was the point. Is we had the video game playing so that we wouldn't have to look at each other.
We actually don't like each other at all.
I'm just so used to
staring at a
over a
screen.
year. We've done 60 episodes of this out of computer screen.
Yep. Tiny Table cast. I put Nick at a tiny table.
It's like, let's do it at a table. It's like, okay, here, I found the tiniest table ever. Let's do it.
I have a bigger table. Do you want me to pull that out?
Yeah, can I just sit at that one and you can sit at this one? We're doing it like hot dog style. And we're doing it hamburger right now. We could have done it like lengthwise.
I thought about it.
We chose not to.
I don't know.
We are live from Ryan's basement.
What up?
You know Ryan's basement.
Yeah, it's the subject of many a live stream.
It's the set of many a Bear vs. Man epic.
It's true.
It is May 5th, and I'm just waiting for the Nintendo eShop to update, honestly.
Cinco de
Mayo.
It
is Cinco de Mayo. I totally forgot. Cinco de Drinko. It's Drinko de Mayo.
Drinko.
I have zero plans to drink any beer. Do you have Corona in the fridge?
I do.
I might have to have a Corona.
All right, we can both have a Corona.
I wasn't gonna, but I mean, like, he's got Corona. I mean, I'm just like, I have a Corona.
I just saw a tweet.
You don't have to twist my arm, man.
I just saw a tweet that says, "I hope everyone enjoys America's last Cinco de Mayo," and that made me smile.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah.
Although it's also true.
I'm gonna like that tweet.
Yeah, do it, man. I don't know the point of. So, Ryan? Why do you like tweets?
I think.
What's your intent when you see a tweet and you hit that heart thing?
It's
usually click that heart.
It's usually like, "Good job, you're great at Twitter. Congratulations."
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you retweet something?
When I want everybody else to see the same thing I saw because I liked it a lot.
Well, that is what is going to happen, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Me liking a tweet is like, yes. Flawless execution.
Do you know why I like a tweet?
Why do you like
personally?
A tweet?
So that I can come back to it later.
Oh, I only do that sometimes.
Because I have that list of likes, and I
have 200. That was my 200th like. I don't like that many things.
You should let that dude know what's up. Oh, you should let that guy know that you were his 200th like, and that's really meaningful. But like, it's not. But you should tell him. Oh, hey, Pathfinder.
What's up, Pathfinder?
Pathfinder's like a card game that has an iOS version now.
Pathfinder is a role playing system. Do they? Because that card game is legitimately wicked good. I actually own the physical copy of it.
There's an iPad version now.
That's tight.
That's free, and it's got some, like, you can buy gold or get daily gold, or for $25 you can get Rise of the Rune Lords bundle, which I'm assuming is everything.
Pathfinder Adventure card game is all right. I like that game.
Oh, man. It's free, so I can't add it to my wish list to download later.
Why don't you just download it?
Because then it'll be on my iPad.
What if you just download? Yeah, you just download it.
Is it like a one-player thing, or do you have to all like play together with people?
I know.
Do you own?
I own this.
Pathfinder?
Yeah, I own the.
Would it be tight if it was on?
I'm curious what form it takes because that game is a very specific like adventure co-op kind of thing because it's like playing Pathfinder, the tabletop role-playing game.
So it is role-playing. Like you have to invent certain elements of it for yourself and the people you're playing with?
Sort of. You kind of like pick a class and then like you get to build a class deck out of a bunch of stuff.
And I can just do that. Like I can just airdrop that to you. I can be like, yo, check out Paperless Post invitations and e-cards.
Oh my god, accept. I just did that. Oh my god.
Wow, that's crazy, dude.
Wow, fucking internet.
The internet's crazy. This also has nothing to do with the internet. This is like, I don't know.
Ad hoc?
Like it is ad hoc. I don't even think we're going to the internet. Like it's like I'm sending it to the internet and then it's coming back to you.
No, I think it's just peer to peer. Like, what's up? Devices connected. What is
on the App Store? Okay.
Why'd you send me this?
I don't know because I thought it was cool that we could. I've never been able to to do that with you before.
Send me party invitations?
No, do the
airdrop?
Airdrop or whatever.
Yeah, I've never had a reason to airdrop.
Although we totally could have, like, all the time. So Ryan, I like something on Twitter because I want to come back to it later, and I retweet something because that's me going like, fucking good job. Like, this is funny as hell. I want everybody to see.
Yeah.
Like, if I retweet a dank meme, I want everybody to see how dank it is.
Dank memes.
Like that boy in the white pajamas. Striped pajamas.
That's fucking... that's fucking good.
It is good, but also maybe, like, offensive?
Probably.
You know, I thought that us being together and doing this would mean we would, like, be on Twitter less. Not really.
Nope. I just saw a tweet of not video games that was that I was really racist while I wrote it, but that was okay. I wrote Moshi Moshi not video games to sue, and it was about Sailor Moon official burger.
Burger. Oh my god, it's so many layers of not video games. It's amazing.
I know. Oh man.
Oh dude, that's
Moshi
it's
Moshi.
a cheeseburger about a video game?
About
an anime.
Yeah, cheeseburger about an anime.
What if they were posting about video game cheeseburgers?
Acceptable, but not encouraged.
What if they posted about Megan Fox cheeseburgers? Because she's video games now. I don't know if you saw that article on GameSpot.
Well, I already told. What's his name?
Look, Drake's got a tiny head.
that was a really good picture. I already told. What's his face?
Eddie McCooch?
Yep, Eddie McCooch.
GameSpot?
I already told Eddie McCooch to fucking eat a dick. So
did you actually say that to him?
Well, here, I'll do it right now.
Because no, don't say that in those words, because you have to have a wrestling style feud with him, and that's not a good basis for family fun entertainment.
All right, fine. What if I told him that?
You could be like Chris Jericho in 2016 and tell him he's a stupid idiot. One time, Chris Jericho tweeted at some Japanese wrestler guy, and told him that he was a baka.
Nice.
Because Chris Jericho is a fucking idiot now. Like, I'm
That's
sure he was
hilarious.
really hot when he was doing the whole Y2J thing, like in the year 2000. But it's not the year 2000 anymore, Chris Jericho. You're getting kind of soft.
Like, I should probably like follow this guy so that I can like remember to make fun of him.
Remember his face. So when I see him on the street, it'd be like, Eddie McCooch.
But I don't want to like fucking give him the...
You think he like works at the GameSpot offices?
Probably.
I don't know.
Although it says he's based out of Connecticut, so maybe he doesn't.
Oh, dude. We can go, like, fight him and also get, like, some really good pizza, because they have that in Connecticut.
I wrote, you're a big dumb butt. Am I good at wrestling feuds now?
You're getting there, man.
All right, I'm trying.
I still got to pick out a good one for us to watch.
Okay.
It's actually really hard.
I'm sure this is no easy task.
So I want to pick like a pay-per-view from the previous year, but I have to pick it long ago that there are people worth watching, like interesting people who aren't injured yet are still there. But also like not too long ago, because there's some new people that are I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I honestly haven't thought about it that much because I don't have the time to do it right now anyways.
Right. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm my life is in total flux, but I'm glad that we had time to do this today in your basement.
Yeah.
But it's like a good flux. It's not like I'm being...
Well, it's all good stuff.
Yeah, it's not like I'm being deported or like evicted
or both.
They're like, the reason you can't live in this house anymore is because the government told you have to leave the country. And you're like, that seems fair.
Whoa, can we talk about something real quick?
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's what we're here for.
I was on Twitter.
Just right now.
While
I was talking.
Yeah, and Game Informer posted a thing.
Oh, God.
About, no, it's video games.
Yeah,
6 more games have been included in the World Video Game Hall of Fame.
Oh, I saw that article. What are they?
So they added Grand Theft Auto 3, The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto 3, The Legend of Zelda? I thought it was Grand Theft Auto 3 San Andreas.
Nope, Legend of Zelda.
No, not San Andreas.
Liberty City?
Vice City?
Vice City is a...
Oh, no, that is San Andreas.
Yeah.
That is San Andreas. 2 is No, what?
Vice City is its own game.
Oh, it's just called Grand Theft Auto
It's Vice City, yeah.
That came right before.
But I think
San
it's
Andreas?
3's engine.
I think it came right before San Andreas because 1 and 2 are both top down.
I think Vice City is
Vice City was the
fourth Grand Theft Auto game.
Okay, what else did they add?
All right, Grand
The
Theft
Legend
Auto
of
3.
Zelda for NES.
Yeah, The Oregon Trail, The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and Space Invaders. There are 12 games in the Hall of Fame.
Wait, this is just the Video Game Hall of Fame.
World Video Game Hall of Fame.
What hold on a second. Who does this? Who's responsible for this?
The Strong National Museum of Play in Rochester, New York.
That's very specific, but okay.
Yep. This brings the total of inductees to 12. They joined the following games in the inaugural class: Doom, Pac-Man, Pong, Super Mario Bros.,
Minecraft,
Tetris, World of Warcraft.
What is the criteria upon which these are selected?
Not sure.
And how the fuck does World of Warcraft fit in with everything else?
How did World of Warcraft get in with the likes of like Super Mario Bros. And like Doom?
Well, I can see like... Here's my argument for Space Invaders. They took a bunch of like lit up pixels on a screen and they turned it into something that people can recognize as being something more than just a bunch of dots on a screen in like a period where that didn't happen very often.
Yeah.
But World of Warcraft, like, I guess maybe if you consider like the social elements of it. But if you look at it as art in terms of like, damn, at the time those are the hottest 3D models ever. That's just probably not true.
I'm assuming it made the cut because it was a game that defined a genre, right?
Yeah, it's still defining the genre. Like
it's the only member of a genre that still matters.
Well, if you look
technically,
at like they're just like, oh, WoW numbers are down. WoW numbers are down. It's not because someone killed WoW and everyone's playing Star Trek Online or Rift or something. Like people just not playing WoW as much. But it's not like it's been replaced. Like it's still
there's still like
80-pound gorilla.
I think there's still like. I don't want to like misquote the number.
Are you? By the way, are you ready? Were you ready for this?
No.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas didn't have a number. Grand Theft Auto 3. Okay. Grand Theft Auto London, 1969. Grand Theft Auto 2. Grand Theft Auto 3, which is the first one on PS2.
Yep.
That's the dude with the Hawaiian shirt.
Yep.
Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto Advance, Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, and then that was the PS2 era.
Yep.
Although San Andreas got re-released, but whatever. Grand Theft Auto 4 was PS3 and 360, and then The Lost and the Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony were all like that same engine, and then Grand Theft Auto 5 is Grand Theft Auto fucking 5, dog. A lot of time passed between 4 and 5.
I thought it wasn't actually that long.
2013.
That's crazy.
2008, Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, and then it was 5 years later. We got Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's already been 3 years since then.
That's crazy.
So
I
still need to play that game. It's really good. I just don't. Sometimes I usually don't want to play it. I even bought the remastered, like the Xbox One version.
I bought it on PC.
I'm like, damn, this game is objectively great. I just don't feel like playing it right now.
My problem with Grand Theft Auto is all I want to do is play the sandbox crap and just like drive around and like cause problems, and I don't really want to like engage with the fucking.
The thing with the story is I want to engage with it sometimes, but sometimes it makes itself unengageable, and I want to engage with it, but it's what it asks me to do is like, I'm like, hey, can I engage with your story? It's like, yeah, here you go. You have to drive literally 10 minutes out to the country while someone talks at you. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just want to engage with the story. Can I just see like a cutscene, please? And they're like, nope, you got to drive for 10 real minutes out to the countryside while having a conversation with someone in your car.
What's funny is that they totally have many cutscenes.
They do. Yeah, they do.
It's, it's
well, that's what makes that game so great. It's like the thousands of different ways that they tell the story, and there's so much. Like, there's so many cutscenes, and there's so many like scenes where you're just like looking around a house through a sniper rifle, trying to find the dude you're supposed to kill because of circumstances and things. Like, it's a triumph in storytelling. They always have been, but sometimes I just find it hard to engage with. And you're right about the sandbox stuff, because like some of that stuff is so good. One time I finished a mission and I found this lady by the side of the road who was like by an overturned car.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Oh shit, my job went bad. My partner's dead. I gotta get out of here." And you're like, "Oh, you are also into stealing things? Because we're looking for new members of our crew to steal things with." And like, "Yeah, just take me to my place, and like maybe we can meet up later. We can like do some jobs together." And then something terrible happened. I was like driving down the road, and I either T-boned or I tried to pass. I got T-boned or I tried to pass somebody or something. But either way, I swerved off the road into a gas station, and the entire thing blew up, and I died. And now that lady's dead forever, unless she like is going to respawn as a random event again for me later. But that also might have been on the 360 version.
Yeah, I don't.
The 360 that game, when I got it on the 360, was the game that made me realize that my 360 was dead and I needed a new one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then like 6 months before, or like less than a year before I got an Xbox One, I bought a new 360.
Like I
got
the third,
the latest version, the one that
weird.
came out like after they announced the Xbox One. I think they call it like the E.
Yeah, that's
not the
right.
Slim, but like the E. It's actually the best looking one. And it's good. It's good, man. I don't know. Hey, video games.
Whoa.
I know we've been talking about video games this whole time, but we also, because this is the Bear vs. Maincast, the video game podcast about nothing, we do need to talk about video games that we played this week.
Oh.
And I haven't had a whole lot of time, but I played a couple of games that are worth
Your
mentioning.
list is shorter than it usually is.
Yeah, but that's because I deleted it. So, like, every time I do that, I put on all the games I played for even a little bit that I might want to talk about, but I'm usually never desperate enough to get to them. So I had this iPad game called, I think it's called Every Night I Have This Dream, or Every Time I Have This Dream.
Is that why you wrote that one iPad game, because you can't remember the name?
No, that's a different one. I actually want to talk about that one because I thought it was really tight, and there's like another episode coming, and people should know about this shit because it's fun. Every Night I Have This Dream, I think it's called. That I played it when it first came out, like at least a month ago now, because the guy who made it made one of my all-time favorite mobile games called Dungeon Raid. Possibly my all-time favorite mobile game called Dungeon Raid.
I don't know that game.
It's like a game where you draw lines through stuff and fight monsters at the same time. It's like a roguelike RPG, but you draw lines through pieces.
Okay.
Instead of it being like a match 3, you like line up a whole bunch of swords.
I think there's another game,
and then you match the swords with the skulls to defeat the enemies. But if you don't, the enemies attack you every turn, so you need to like collect gold to get more treasure and collect experience to level up. It's really cool, and there's like lots of unlockable stuff, and it's just a really fun. Like if I could only have one mobile game forever, I'd pick that one. Yeah, because it's just like a good game to like open your phone and just like. Yeah, but you need like two hands and stuff. This is just a one-hand game. Like you're sitting on the subway or whatever.
My phone's a two-hand phone now.
Well, that's because you got tiny hands.
I've ascended.
You got tiny hands, dog.
I've ascended.
So every time I have this dream, hold on. Let me just.
You got this. I believe in you.
Because it just the icon on my iPad is just named Dream.
Oh, that doesn't sound particularly useful.
Because you don't want to have the ellipsis on your thing, because it's fucked up. Wrestle Jump, dude.
Is that like
literally the greatest local like multiplayer iPad game of all time?
I've
it's
never
the stupidest thing
never
ever.
heard
We're gonna like play it like right now. I keep having this dream.
Okay,
it's
keep
like
having this dream.
It's here's all I'm going to say about it is I don't like it.
Oh, all right.
No, it's like
done.
It's this,
done.
It's like this RPG board game type thing where you get pieces to build a path, and some of the pieces are enemies. Some of them are like you get one extra health, you get one extra armor, you increase your attack by 1 as you build this path. and then dying makes this creature who's chasing you devour the path behind you.
Yep.
But like when he devours the path, he absorbs the remains of enemies you've killed, and after he's gotten to a certain number, he stops. But I think you gain like experience based on how much of the path that he's consumed. So you want to like have him consume the path sometimes.
Yeah.
I actually don't quite understand it. It doesn't seem fun. Even if I did get it, I don't think I'd have fun playing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't say it's like a bad game, but I find it impenetrable for some reason. But Ryan, I'm gonna let you talk about a game that you actually played.
Ooh, all right, so okay, remember a long time ago. This was last year. I got into the Overwatch beta thing.
Yeah, it
was like the free weekend thing. So I got to play a little bit of Overwatch on the PC.
Yes,
and
I
then
do remember that.
And then they revoked my access because it was like it was just like, we need a bunch of people to play right now, but then they were like, not, just stop, and then they took us all away.
Like a stress test.
Yeah, basically. So I got into that and I played it for a little bit.
It's funny because no matter how many stress tests they have, everyone's still just going to crash the server the second that game comes out for real.
I mean, so I downloaded the Open Beta, which is out right now
on consoles and PCs.
On Xbox One.
I told my dumb friends to download it this morning. They probably won't.
Oh, they're garbage.
It's like right on the front page of Xbox One.
They should download it.
Underneath, like the hey, get your free games. Underneath it is just like play Overwatch until the 9th.
Mm-hmm. So I downloaded that and I played a bunch of it yesterday and a little bit this morning.
Only like healing.
I only like healing. Well, that's not true. I found a couple of characters I like playing as. So I don't like to play as almost anybody. So there's like 4 classes of heroes. So there's like offense, defense, support, and what they call a builder, which kind of like modifies the environment a little bit.
They call them builders?
They call them builders.
Okay.
I don't like to play as almost any offensive hero, although I do like the lady who has like a jetpack and a rocket launcher. She's all right.
She's like Egyptian, right?
Yeah, I think her name is like Farah or
something like that.
Something like that. She's got Egypt in her blood. There's a dwarf looking guy.
He's a builder.
He's a builder. He makes turrets and shoots like some kind of like rivet gun thing. He's pretty dope, but only when you're like defending. So like, I wish that you could pick a mode to play in, because they kind of like just you queue up for a game and then it's like you're either attacking or defending, or you're doing whatever the fuck.
You're doing payload from Team Fortress 2?
Yeah, and it's, I don't know. There's some modes that I don't really care for. I don't like.
How many modes are in the beta?
I want to like
and
look this up.
Is it all the modes?
I think it's all the modes.
Yo, that'd be crazy. Although that game is out before the end of this month, so it's not that crazy.
Yeah.
They kind of just want everyone to play it so that they're like, oh shit, I want to play this game.
Okay, so there's essentially 3 modes. There is what they call Assault, which is like Hardpoint. Is that the one where you like capture an objective point and then like?
I don't think they call it that in that game.
Oh, I don't know.
I can't remember what the game modes are called.
Basically, there's either 2 or 3 points. If you capture them, you move on to another point. If you capture all of them, you win.
Is it like in a row? Like
pretty much, yeah.
It's not like
it's not like they're all active at the same time.
It's not okay. So it's like
there's point A, like B,
5,
and C.
Like there was a mode in Team Fortress 2 that was 5 of them, and it started that each team had 2. And the 2 closest to their spawn.
No.
And then the middle one was neutral, and you had to capture it, and then you could capture the team's next one and the team's next one. But
so,
the 5th one was really hard to capture because it was right near the other team's spawn.
There's only one active ever at a time, and you essentially like get a point if you capture one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that does sound like... I don't know if Team Fortress 2 called it Hardpoint, but I've heard other games call it Hardpoint. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah, so you capture one, and then you move on to the next one. And, like, if you get 2 points, you win.
Do they have, like, a King of the Hill?
No, not really.
They have, like,
Well, yeah,
Call of Duty used to have headquarters, which was basically a moving King of the Hill.
They have one
not
called...
exactly.
They have one called Control, which is there is one place, and everybody fights to be the guy who owns it. I think that's King of the Hill.
Do they have... Well, does that place move?
No.
Because that is just King of the Hill.
Okay, so that's King of the Hill. Then there's
Team King of the Hill. Do they have like a domination equivalent? That's 3 points, and you can capture, like you capture them, and then they generate points over time.
I think that's what Assault is, based on your description.
Yeah, well, domination or... I can't remember what they call it. Like, other games have had it, but, like, Domination Call of Duty is, like, you capture a point, you have to stand at a point for, like, 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And then it's your point, and every time the score counter ticks, you get 1 point for every point your team controls. And you can capture it from other people, or just make them stand it long enough to make it neutral.
It's kind of hard to compare those, because it's not exactly the same, but it's pretty close.
Okay.
It's a little bit different. Like, there's no like back and forth. It's really slow in comparison to like other things with capturing objectives.
Yeah.
So like point accrual happens. So like most matches are about 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're
That's
really
it?
short.
Are you sure? You set like a timer?
No, there's no timer.
Because even in Call of Duty, a match lasts like 12 minutes.
I could be wrong.
I think you might be wrong. Because that's wicked short.
It's wicked short. It could be each objective thing is only 5 minutes long. So, like, you have 5 minutes to do whatever you need to do in 5 minutes, and then something bad happens if you're not doing a good job. Maybe. I played a lot of this game, but I'm having trouble describing.
But you have no idea what you did. Is this so Ryan, I played like 200 hours of Team Fortress 2 before I decided that I couldn't handle that game anymore.
Yeah.
And I just quit cold turkey and never looked back.
Me too.
Am I gonna like this game?
Yeah. I think the shooting's really tight.
But everyone's really bullet spongy.
Yeah.
That's hard. Like trying to...
It's hard. I find it hard to kill people.
Yeah, like shooting people over a long period of time. Like, it feels like it's the kind of game, it's like Halo or something. You start shooting at somebody, and they just start jumping. Like, they start jumping and moving, and you're like, oh, get back here, I can't hit you. Like, that's what always happens to me. It's why I like Call of Duty, is like, if I engage with if I engage with somebody, either me or him are dead.
Yeah.
Like, immediately. And either, and so usually it's me. Like, I'm not good at those games anymore. But, like, if I'm going to get a kill, I'm going to get the kill and move on.
I mean,
it's not gonna be protracted into like a 10-second engagement where everyone's jumping around like a fucking idiot and like.
I think it depends. There are really squishy heroes, Tracer is really squishy. You can kill her in a few hits.
Yeah, she is.
There's this one ninja guy, Genji. He's pretty squishy.
Is the guy with the bow and arrow?
No, that's Hanzo.
Oh, okay.
Hanzo's cool. I like Hanzo.
I just want to play as the healing lady.
Mercy?
She's real pretty.
Mercy, I like a lot. She's basically the fucking Team Fortress 2 doctor. She's got like a heal beam, and then she's got like a damage buff beam.
Did you play as the Korean lady?
She's alright.
She got like a robot.
She got a robot. She's cool because like her mech like shoots a fucking buttload of bullets. You can't move while you're shooting with her that quickly.
TM.
Bullets TM. And then when you die, you get kicked out of your mech. But if you can like kill enough people while you're a tiny Korean girl, you can get your mech back.
It seems really hard though. You only have like dual pistols or something like that.
No, you have one laser pistol.
That doesn't seem very effective. You couldn't kill a gorilla with that.
Yeah, nobody plays as the gorilla anymore. No, at least not on Xbox One. I don't know. Maybe they nerfed him.
Maybe,
but like I never see him.
People play as like the night guy a lot more. Or something?
So Reinhardt, yeah, he's the night guy. I see him a lot. I see Roadhog a lot, who is a
disgusting.
He's gross. He's got a big old belly.
Big old dong.
He got a big old dong. He's got like a fucking Stitches style meat hook thing, and he pulls people away and then hits them or shoots them with this fucking weird gun.
Okay, so he's not a melee character. Doesn't he have like a Gatling gun ish thing?
No, it's like a what is this? I'm clicking on the website. Scrap gun, short range blast. It's a shotgun. It's a shotgun.
Oh, okay. That sounds alright.
He's alright.
There's also a guy with like dual sawed-off shotguns.
Oh, Reaper.
Yeah,
Reaper. I don't like Reaper, but a lot of fucking edgy.
yeah. If I was like
13-year-olds.
if I was like 13, I'd be like, yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
Reaper.
Reaper's my dude. Girls have cooties.
Girls have cooties. Reaper's my dude. What up?
But now I'm a full-grown man, and I'm just like, I want to play as the pretty lady. She's real pretty.
Soldier 76 is alright. He's
just like a regular ass dude. He's like a shooter ass dude.
He's got like an assault rifle, and he's the only one with a real ass sprint.
You have like a grenade or something.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just like
He's got like a healing aura thing too that he can put down.
He's just an FPS bro.
I don't like Tracer. I think Tracer sucks.
I bet if you like are really, really good and like super engaged and you're like really focused and and you're like on Adderall and you know how to time hop and whatever, you get like one good match as Tracer before you're like, fuck, I gotta have to take a nap now. Like I just wasted all my mental energy on knowing exactly when to like
because
bounce
she can
around
go
and
forward and backwards. She can like rewind herself back on her path.
But she can also forward herself. She can fast forward to
she
things that haven't happened yet.
She can blink 3 times forward and then rewind backwards.
I feel like you could fucking confuse some people that way.
It works,
but
I'm really bad at it.
If her damage output isn't high enough, like she's just gonna get fucking backhanded anyways.
Mm-hmm. I kind of like Zenyatta, who's like a weird floaty robot monk.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
He, like, gives everybody, like, a hot orb that they hold. And then he can, like...
Hot orb?
Like a heal over time ball. He like, throws it at you, and you're like, I feel delicious. And then he can, like, debuff enemies by throwing a similar ball at them, and then he just shoots fucking balls. He's all about balls. He's got balls.
What about that? He's just a ball dude. What about that lady that makes ice walls and stuff?
Oh, she's alright. I don't like her. I don't know how to use her effectively.
Yeah, I feel like that's a very situational thing. Like certain game modes and certain maps that
like,
you just would have to be stupid to play as her.
I see her pop up a lot when the payload happens because her ice walls can sort of like halt people's progress from getting to the payload in order to like make shit move. Reinhardt is used in a similar way because he has that big fucking shield thing.
How MOBA is this game?
Like 7 out of 10 MOBA.
Oh,
it's pretty MOBA.
Dude, everyone's got ults.
Everybody's got ults.
That's pretty MOBA.
Everybody's got ults. Everybody's got like active abilities. Everybody's got stuff.
And it works okay on Xbox One. It's just like
it
different
great.
bumpers.
It played great.
Or something like RB and LB to use your ult or something.
So Y button is your ult.
Sure. Fine. Whatever.
RB and LB are active skills usually. It's different for every character.
Yeah, just skill 1, skill 2. What does left trigger do?
Very dependent on the character. Okay. So, like, for example, the sniper lady, her L trigger makes her gun a sniper rifle.
It scopes in.
Yeah, you can't... Like, with her, she's funny. You can't... if you're not holding L trigger, you can't, like, no-scope. It's like a machine gun instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am going to have such a hard time adjusting to this game because it doesn't have aim down sights.
It doesn't.
Like, the only first-person shooters I play anymore have aim down sights. And I realize it's not because, like, whatever, if the reticle is good and, like, the on-screen reticle is fine, you can
the
aim a
reticle's
gun.
Fine, yeah.
You can aim a gun without doing aim down sight. But it's more about the fact that when you aim down sight, it reduces the sensitivity of your look.
Mm.
So, like, I can have it set a little bit high normally, so I can kind of just like look around real quick.
Yeah.
And then when it's time to shoot, I can enter shoot mode, and it doesn't move as quickly. Like, I can make more fine adjustments. But if they're the same, that's something that I struggle with. but I'm sure I'll get used to it if I decide I want to play Overwatch.
I think, yeah.
And I probably will. I mean, I downloaded the beta, so
I think this is a game we could all get into. I had the only thing that kind of sucks is like when you're on a bad team, you get fucking stomped, and it's really hard to like recover.
Well, the match only lasts 5 minutes, and whatever.
Yeah,
that shit's over in 5 minutes, and you just go on with your life.
I mean, most matches are probably longer than that, but they don't feel
sure
that
long. It also
long.
Depends on the game mode.
Yes,
but there's no team deathmatch.
No,
I'm so okay with that.
Yeah, it's fine. The assault is basically as close as you get, although there is a point to control. It's not like it's not unlike a deathmatch. Everybody has a place to go and like accomplish a goal. So everybody wins.
Objectives are fun.
Yeah. I don't know. That game is probably really good. I've kind of come around on it a little bit.
Blizzard might know what they're doing, even in places that they haven't. Ever show you this?
No.
Isn't that tight?
That's pretty fucking good.
I posted it on Twitter. I posted the official Bear vs. Man
iPad
wallpaper.
You should
for iPad 2s.
You should.
I think that bear looks really big though. Like he might just. I can't tell if he's just like a bigger bear or I just didn't scale him correctly. I think he's actually scaled down from the original version.
I think you should.
I even made it so that
I think you should throw back Thursday to that.
Even when you do it that way, it still says you can't see the bears as good, but it still says.
I think you should throw back Thursday to that picture.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's pretty
because today's Thursday.
Today is Thursday, May 5th. Cinco de Mayo.
Overwatch is cool.
Yeah, Overwatch is cool. Turns out Blizzard knows what they're doing.
Turns out Blizzard makes games.
Could have fooled me because they're like, I don't know, release Legion in September when WoW will have had no content for 2 years.
It's coming out in August.
Yeah, August?
August 30th.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's like, how does September 4th sound? No. We gotta release it sooner.
August 30th.
We gotta release it in August. August 30th? That's August. Boom. Skadoosh. I'm going to definitely get back into WoW when Legion comes out, but like...
I haven't decided.
You're... Okay.
I've had zero inklings to even launch World of Warcraft.
Well, that's because there's nothing to do.
That's true.
But once there's something to do, you'll probably want to dip your toes in. No. I'm not saying you have to like it.
Dip the head of my penis into...
if that's what you want to do with WoW, then like I would definitely do that. But I'm not saying I've got high expectations for Legion or that I have expectations for Legion at all. But I'm waiting for it.
I think if this ain't the tightest shit that ever happened to WoW, they're gonna have a problem.
They might have a problem, especially considering they turned Titan into a Team Fortress 2 clone. That's also a MOBA.
Yeah. What's up?
Like that's a decision. That's something that you're allowed to do.
Yeah.
Right. I want to tell you about a game that I played.
I want you to do that. So yes.
I don't know what game to talk about here.
What if I picked one?
No, don't pick one.
I want it. Do you want to talk about this demo, or do you want to just wait for the game to come out?
I don't know, because the Pocket Card Jockey demo is like a fucking game. It's a game?
Yeah.
It's not the game.
I have a mild interest in that game, so I kind of want you to tell me about it.
Oh, dude, okay. So let me tell you about Pocket Card Jockey, because that's coming out today, and I'm going to play it so fucking hard. But I need to... wait for it to come out first.
Yep.
Pocket Card Jockey. I mean, have you played any of those solitaire games that it's not actually solitaire. It's just you get a card, you have a bunch of cards on the table, and you have to get a card. You get like an ace. So if there's a king or a 2 on the table, you can pull it off and then make chains of like, I've never flip over a card, ace. Well, my favorite version of that is a game called Fairy Solitaire. It's a very, very simple casual game.
Is that the same thing as like Churchill Solitaire? Or is that real Solitaire?
I don't actually know how Churchill Solitaire is played. There was another game that played like that was pretty popular. I think it was called Regency Solitaire. It was like Pride and Prejudice in solitaire. Like it was you played solitaire, but you were like, I'm escorting Jane to the ball this evening. Like that was like the presentation.
But you play solitaire.
So Fairy Solitaire. Hold on a damn minute, Ryan.
It's hard. Okay.
Fairy Solitaire is like my favorite game.
Okay.
What the fuck is going on? Okay, wait. Okay, so it's just like this is. I'm showing Ryan Fairy Solitaire on my iPad, which is a really good version of that game, but it also is not indicative of. It's like just generally how horse jockey. I cannot remember the name of this card jockey something plays, but it's way more like card jockey whatever is way more complicated than this.
Okay.
So basically, I've got a king here.
Yep.
And so I can match it with this ace. Okay. And then now the ace is there. You can do the put 2. And then I can either do 3 or go back to an ace.
Oh, that's neat.
And I think I want to have that 9 uncovered, so I'm going to go back to ace. But now I don't have any matches, so I'm going to do that. I got 7, 8, 9, 8, 9.
Oh, this is cool.
It's just a fun, dumb, stupid thing. Like, one time I was like, I just really felt like sick. Like, I felt like feverish and stuff. I just laid in bed playing Fairy Solitaire for like
hours.
I don't even know how much time passed.
I should really, like, that's a game I should like tell my mom about.
Oh, it's really great. It's a really good iPad game. And I think it costs like $8, but it's totally worth it because you'll play that game forever and ever. There's a PC version that's really tight. But obviously, if you have an iPad, you might as well just play it there because it's portable. So, yep. Hold on.
I'm holding on.
Pocket Card Jockey.
Game
for Nintendo 3DS, created by Game Freaks, people who brought you Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon.
They made a version of this game that's actually much more complex. That's the basic concept of it, but there's like an overarching path to it.
Yeah.
Which, first of all, is great because, as I've mentioned on this podcast before, I'm so sick of roguelike games that are just like, play this loop. Okay, play this loop again. Play the same loop again. Oh, you didn't even complete the loop because you're bad? Oh, well, just do it again then.
Well, fuck off.
This is like an actually like long experience of like, you get a horse, and the horse is like sponsored by someone. So, also, if you lose like 3 races in a row, they're kind of like miffed. So you have to make sure you're not. Your horse levels up.
You got to keep that fucking Monster Energy sponsorship.
Well, no, they'll take your horse away
because
they
sucks.
own the horse. You're the jockey. They'll take their horse back.
Oh, that sucks.
So you have to manage your expectations. You can't say like, listen, I know my horse is level 1, but I can definitely compete in this like G1 Grand Prix. Like, no, you're not. You're going to lose, and that's going to be strike 1. And you have to do like races that you can actually win, and you'll earn experience and get better. And then when your horse retires, you can send him to farm, which is an actual farm. This stuff isn't in the demo, but people have the full game. But you send him to the farm, and you can breed him with another horse that is also of age.
Nice.
And make a horse baby. A horse baby will be created, and then you can ride that horse baby, and his stats are somehow dependent on the parents, and they have skills that they can learn that are transferred through inheritance. It seems like a whole thing. Like it seems like a fun, like almost RPG like experience. But in the meantime, like play like gameplay moment to gameplay moment, you're just playing solitaire. So like the race begins, and you have like 10 seconds to do this little solitaire game and get to the top of like a 3-card pile. At the top are letters that spell like start ! Or something.
Okay. Yeah.
And those have like different values on them. So you want to quickly play solitaire as quickly as you can until you find the start card that has the most enthusiasm for your horse.
Okay.
It's going to be really hard to explain this.
Yeah.
But it's like and then like the race begins.
Okay.
You can move your horse, like you play a hand of solitaire. And it's like sometimes it's timed, but the time is like really lenient. And then you can use the enthusiasm you gained to move your horse into a position where he performs best. Like if he's just like, I need to be in the middle of the pack, you can move your horse into the middle of the pack, and then they'll kind of be like, oh, by the way, everyone's going to kind of move forward this round, so move him like a little bit ahead. And then if he's in the middle of the pack, he'll get extra enthusiasm, or I can't remember what they call these things. It's so ridiculous. and then you play another hand of solitaire. And you could, depending on where you are in the pack, based on like what like your heat level or something.
Sure.
That makes the hand harder, but the rewards are better if you complete it completely. If you don't clear all cards, which is pretty common in these kinds of games, you can't clear all the cards. Your horse gets a little bit sad, and a sad horse, it's harder. You convert less enthusiasm into energy if your horse is in a bad mood. Yep. So you want to keep your horse in a good mood by like clearing like easier hands, so that when you have enthusiasm and convert it into energy, you get more energy. Because the energy is what matters at the end of the... Like, then there's the final stretch. After you do, like different amounts of those, the final stretch is just, like, they convert your remaining enthusiasm into energy, and they look at how much energy you have, and it modifies your speed stat, and then you just do a little mini game where you try and get ahead of the pack, and how fast your horse moves depends on his speed and his energy level.
This sounds crazy.
It's really hard to explain.
Sure.
It's not nearly as complicated as I'm explaining, but all you have to know, if you like the idea of matching cards with other cards, like in descending and ascending order.
Is this game like $5?
It's probably not going to be $5.
That sucks.
It's download only, as far as I know, but the game isn't out yet. Like, I'm waiting for them to update the eShop, and then it'll be available. There's a demo on there that is extensive. Like, the demo is long as hell. Every single time I did a race in that game, I'm just like, well, that was it. That's the last race. They couldn't possibly include any more shit in this demo, and they did. I haven't even finished it yet. But it seems like a really fun game, and I've seen some mumblings about it of people who've gotten it, like journalists and things like that who've gotten it early that are just kind of like, man, this game is really addictive and fun. And it seems like a good thing to do with your 3DS, although it also seems like the kind of thing that, like, fuck, dude, just please put that on my iPad, Mr. Nintendo Mobile. Hey, mobile Nintendo, please do that.
Yeah, that sounds all right.
Because that would be even better.
Yeah.
It benefits a little bit from the two-screen experience because you can see like what your horse is doing on the top screen. But like the cards are kind of small, and you gotta play with this little stylus. And,
yeah.
I don't know. I just like...
That sounds like a really good iPad game.
iPad. It would be a
like,
fucking amazing iPad game.
You hold that shit fucking portrait, and you just tap the bottom, and you watch your horses go. That sounds great.
Well, that's part of what makes...
that would probably
like what I like about Fairy Solitaire on iPad is it's just like big ass screen, like,
full of cards.
You just like, and the screens are big, and you don't have to worry about like misclicking or whatever.
Yeah,
you don't have to use a tiny stylus, but it still definitely works. Like it's I've had a lot of fun with it so far. It's very addictive if you like that basic loop of matching ascending and descending cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been like wicked into portable and iPad games lately because I haven't had like a lot of time to just like sit down and play something.
Sure.
So a lot of my game playing has been taking place at night. I'm also going to be soon at the point where I'm moving a lot of I'm already moving some of my consoles today. Like I'm going to eventually be moving like most of my consoles and stuff, and then eventually I'm going to move my PC.
Yeah.
Like a couple days before I move.
Yep.
Well, it depends on how much of my battle station I get installed. I might just not I might move and then not have moved my PC yet because I still haven't put the wall mounts in. I don't have time to do that, or something like that.
Sure, yeah.
So like I'm preparing for the inevitable future of like maybe the only games I play are on the iPad, and
for like a month.
Not a month, maybe a week. I also have to get like internet set up in my new place, and because everything's useless without that. So
no, you can't live anywhere without internet. So
why is it to see if they're gonna like send us? They have to like make an appointment to have a guy install it, or are they gonna send just send me a modem in a box like Comcast did?
It all depends.
You guys have RCN?
No, we have Xfinity, Comcast.
I have Comcast now, and they're unimpressed. Plus, I'm gonna probably get a better deal from like Verizon or something.
Probably,
if especially if we're a new customer.
Yeah.
I just have to actually do that. I have to figure out how much bandwidth I need, dog.
Ass load.
Like 100 MBS.
Like if you get Verizon, they'll give you 100 up and 100 down, which is tight.
That is tight. That seems a little bit excessive.
I've been begging my dad to get Verizon.
What do you guys have now? What kind of Mbps do you have?
So like our upload is like 20, and our down is like 130,
That seems like plenty.
I would kill for 100 up because streams, dog.
Okay, yeah. But I don't need that.
You personally don't need that.
Because even with, I think I've got, I don't even know. Like my up is terrible. Last time I ran a speed test.
Mm-hmm.
I think they recently had like, Comcast was weird when I was signing up for my internet. Because I was like, so like when I lived with my family, we had 75 up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Or 75 down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this is plenty. Because we would all like be using it all at once.
And it
not
was
for
fine.
anything, not for anything crazy.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm just shoot for 75 in my new place because like the two of us aren't going to use that much more than that.
Right. It's
because
like
if I'm playing WoW and my parents are watching Netflix, and that's fine on 75, I can't imagine that we would need anything else.
It's sort of about how fast you want to download giant games. And then, like, at a point, you're limited by whatever service you're going through. So, like, Steam, if you're going through Steam, you'll probably hit the barrier of whatever your down is. But if you're downloading through Sony, you're gonna your limitation is fucking
like your
them.
if you're downloading something through Sony, if you're not using dial-up, you're wasting money on down. Like that's how much you're gonna get 56K per second.
If you only downloaded things through Sony and that was like the only thing you needed to use down internet speed for, you could go with like 20 and you'd be fine. You'd max it out.
You'd top out at 20 every single time.
You'd max it out.
Yeah, I need the only thing. So like I was like, oh, I'll just shoot for 75 from Comcast, and they're like, yeah, we don't really have a tier for that. They did because they recently just changed like their premium deluxe package, which used to be 75 or 50 or something. That was just 100 now. Like that's just what it.
Well,
like,
they're trying to compete with Verizon.
A named package that they just upgraded the down on, and now it was just that. Now it wasn't 75; it just was 100, but it was the same price. So I guess we'll get 100. But even then, like if I was trying to play Destiny and use voice chat, like with two other people that I knew, and then Jess was watching like fucking Netflix in 4K. Yeah. I actually experienced lag that way because I also don't think I'm actually getting 100 from Comcast.
I think 100 is an estimate of your like potential. I don't think it's actually like guaranteed.
If Comcast offers a package that's 75, I'll probably give that a go. And if they're like, hey, 100, if they're like, hey, 100 costs $30 extra a month, I'm like, I'm fine with 75 because $30 a month is a lot.
Yep.
And I also realized that if they're going to bundle in cable for me for less than or equal to $30 a month, then PlayStation View is pointless.
Yep.
And that's a very real possibility because if I'm going to be paying them a buttload for internet, like at least $60 to $70 to $80 a month just for internet, they'd be like, I don't know, just give me like $20 and we'll give you cable.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well, PlayStation View doesn't seem as desirable now, but we'll see how that goes. I gotta really get on that because
that's soon.
Yeah, I'm moving a week from Saturday.
That's soon. Shit,
I gotta get on that.
Shit.
But I've been having a good time with iPad games.
That's good.
I shouldn't play too many because I need to leave some. I have so many games on this thing. I started playing The Room.
I've never played that. How is that?
It's not what I thought it was at all.
Okay.
It's like I thought it was like a adventure game, like a room escape game. Like you were trapped in a house and you had to escape to the room.
That's what I thought too.
I don't know why I thought that. Maybe the only information I had was that
it's puzzles and it's called The Room.
It's just its name.
Yeah.
But it's not. You're put in a room with like a puzzle box and you have to open the puzzle box and there's lots of different things to interact with and little tiny puzzles to solve and they're different. There's like a little inventory. It's still kind of an adventure game, but you zoom in and out and you use your finger to interact with objects. You're like, at one point I had to light a lighter and I had to like click, put my finger on the lighter and make the clicky click. And it does that well. Well, there's 3 of those now. Yeah, this is just the first room. There's a room 2. I even downloaded the room 3 because it was on sale at some point. So I want to go through those. They're like pretty good looking iPad games. Like they're very simple, but they everything looks good. But there's some pretty weird puzzles. But they have a hint system. So sometimes I just use the first hint. After a while, if you just looking around, they're like, "Here's a hint." Okay, here's another hint. And now here's the third hint, and you can't possibly, even you were going to figure it out now. I try and I usually figure it out before the third hint, but I'm not opposed to taking that third hint. I don't want to just stare at that thing for a long time. I want to keep moving. But it seems good.
Yep.
Like it seems like a good thing of that. Only Files gives you the fastest internet and Wi-Fi available with upload and download speeds up to 500 megabits per second.
That's a lot.
And upload speeds up to 5 times faster than cable. I want to say my house is Fios like DTF. It's like DTF. It's got like a Fios box in the basement.
Oh, word.
So like if I wanted
that would probably be
Fios,
the easiest. You wouldn't have to have a guy come do things to you.
I still need a modem, wouldn't I?
Well, yeah, but they could just send you one. And like you could just do it.
Well, that's what Comcast did for me in my apartment. They just sent me one.
It kind of just depends on like, have they ever been there before? And is all the shit like old or new or whatever? Internet.
Yeah, Room seems cool.
I heard that game was really good.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of it's just like. And it's like the iPad game.
It was like for like a long time. That was like, okay, games on iPad are cool.
It's like,
and that was
you Google like top 10 games on iPad.
Room every time.
It's on there somewhere every single time. It's really cool. I mean, it uses the iPad to do things that like are kind of hard to do other places.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So that I think it capitalizes on that in a unique way because I'm always looking for games that like sometimes I just want to play a game. Sometimes I play a game and I'm just like, fuck, this would be so much better on iPad. And sometimes there are games that I play on iPad and I'm just like, this would not work anywhere else. And I'm into both of those. I'm looking for both of those experiences. It's like, that's why Furious Solitaire I played on PC for the longest time. And then I found out there's an iPad version. I was like,
tight.
Shit, man.
Shit,
and
yeah.
like my other favorite iPad game, Painted Back, is just Picross on iPad. It's like Picross, except on a screen that is not a piece of shit. AKA the 3DS. Did you play any other game? You played like Earthbound or something?
I played Earthbound for a minute.
Like, what drove you to play Earthbound for a minute?
I wanted to play a game that was nice and relaxing because this was like hot off the heels of me beating Dark Souls 3 last week, and I had played that for a little while and then I stopped.
You wanted to play something that you're like, hey,
something
this
nice
and
relaxing.
Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm like, oh, Earthbound's like literally my favorite game. I'll just play that. So I played that for a couple hours on my 3DS because you can do that now.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
What? But you already have it on Wii U.
Yeah,
and you don't.
But now I have it on my 3DS.
But we've talked about this before. You don't play mobile games outside your house.
Yeah.
So why didn't you just?
Because I will buy Earthbounds on anything they put it on because I want it to be with me always.
No, that's not a bad idea. It's also saying to Nintendo, like, I really like Earthbound.
Please localize Mother 3.
And although maybe the concept of speaking with your wallet is a very complicated one.
It is.
Like, it takes a lot. And just because you bought Earthbound, you're doing your part. You're voting.
I'm voting with my dollar.
Right, and there's some more direct ways to do that out there in this crazy world on the internet. But like sometimes that's all you get is you can just the only way I can actually let Nintendo know that I like that Earthbound exists is that I give them money for it every time they put it out. And if nobody else does it, then you're just a dude who bought Earthbound for the 5th time and nothing has changed. But you gotta just do it.
But I feel better.
You just gotta do it.
I'm like really excited for that Mother 4 game that a bunch of fans are making. It looks really fucking good.
I can get 15 megabits per second for $30 a month.
Okay. Up and down? Probably. I think Verizon's thing is 15 megabits is not the is
15. The maximum would be 15 megabits down and 1 up.
Yeah, that's not enough.
No, well, that's their fucking budget thing. That's $30 a month.
That was enough in like 2000.
Was that really enough in 2000?
Yeah, basic. If I remember correctly,
that seems like such a horrible, bleak future. That's
Nick. Look at this picture. This is from Mother 4.
Oh man, it says groovy.
It says groovy, and we get excited. This game looks really good.
That's the fan translation project?
Well, no. Well, this is. I think it's a completely different team. It's just like a bunch of people who really like Mother games. Look at how good that game looks. Look at that. Look how fucking good that looks. Looks really good.
Wait, is that the not Earthbound?
This is like
Mother 4?
This is completely a fan made project of a game. They just wanted to make another Mother game. So it's completely from scratch Mother game.
I can get internet, TV, and phone, 100, custom TV and phone for $70 a month, which is like, I can't really expect to pay any less than that.
Probably,
but it's 100. Like 100 up.
I want 100 up.
That's fucking crazy.
I'd suck a dick for 100 up.
100 up. I would hope that you'd be like, ask for more. Like if you're gonna do that, like you'd be like, can I get at least 150? Like 100 is something that's easily attainable. It's 2 years with 2-year agreement, but I'm hoping to not sell my house within the next 2 years, so I'd be okay with that. Equipment charges. I think we pay like damn near $100 for Comcast right now for like acceptable shit. Like just like shit that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or for $20 more, I get 150. That's excessive. That seems not necessary.
It's excessive. Yeah.
Or 50-50. Wait, what?
Wait, what?
50-50 for internet TV? I don't know, man.
Internet stuff.
Yeah. So you played a little bit of Earthbound. That's cool.
Yeah, I like Earthbound. I live tweeted like the first like 2 minutes of that game.
Oh, Pokey, you don't like steak? Well, that's
too bad.
That game is... I
like that game a lot.
That game is a fucking masterpiece of localization.
Yep.
I don't know how similar it actually is to the original game, but that game was localized better. Like, that is just the best...
It's a great
localization of the game. I don't know how accurate it is, but I could tell you it's really good. Like... You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
If it was written in English originally, it would be fucking hot.
Yep.
Either way. Like,
yep.
It doesn't even matter that it was localized.
Oh, man. Video games, dog.
Oh, let me tell you about that other iPad game.
Yeah, what do you got?
I'm going to actually have to look it up.
Oh, word.
Because I don't remember the name of it. I remember it's Agent A something or other. Something.
Agent Aaron.
Hold on a second here.
Agent.
It's called Agent A: A Puzzle in Disguise.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's like this kind of cool hand-drawn adventure game where you're like you're a secret agent and you are in the secret agent's house and you have to like crack her crazy secret puzzles.
That sounds alright.
She's got like weird puzzles where you have to play the piano in the order that the player piano plays it for you. It's like really simple memory puzzles or like twist the dial puzzles, but like when you move the third dial, the first dial moves too, and like nothing is hard. Like it might even be, I don't know if it's a game for children, but it's extremely accessible. Like it's not mind bending in any way. It's just like, oh, you have to explore this area and collect all these things and examine everything, and it's kind of like I never really got stuck. All the puzzles were pretty easily accomplished, and I could kind of explore and know where to go. It was just a really satisfying experience because it was like the perfect level of like difficulty that I didn't feel too challenged. I didn't get frustrated with the challenge, but it was just interesting enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I really appreciated about that. It's I think it's only on iPad. It came out last October, and they are wanting to make a second chapter. And I really hope that they are doing that. I think it's made by a company called Yak & Co. I follow them on Twitter, but I haven't heard anything from them and since the week since I started following them. But it's like just a fun little game. That it's just a nice enjoyable experience with light challenges, and I don't know, sometimes I just want a game like that, especially after I just played Dark Souls 3. I also tried to play Dark Souls 3 again.
Yeah?
I'm trying to figure out what I want to, because I want to play it again, obviously. I'm trying to figure out what I want my next character to be.
Yep.
Cannot decide.
Fireman.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Dude, Pyromancy is weird because it's based on, like...
Isn't it int and faith?
Int and faith.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it does the thing where it's like it scales with the lower of the two, or if it's just like, oh, once you have enough to cast the spell you want to cast, you can cast it and it always does this much damage. Or after you can cast it, the damage scales with the power of your pyromancy flame, like it does in other versions of the game. Pyromancy is weird. I used to be a big fan of pyromancy. I made like a pyromancy type character when I played Dark Souls 1 again on that stream, but it's different now. Pyromancy has changed, and I don't appreciate it.
Pyromancy has changed.
I don't appreciate it the same way that I once appreciated it.
So
I might make a magician, like a wizard character, like a intelligence-based character, but like I also want to have it be kind of a hybrid character where he is still reasonably sturdy and can carry a decent shield, because there's a lot of times in that game where that's at a really big advantage to you. There's going to be a lot of bosses that if I'm just a squishy mage, they'll be able to close the gap too easily and I'll be completely screwed. So I need to make something a little sturdy, and then just instead of increasing my strength a lot, increase my intelligence a lot and have that be my source of damage. I also like to try a dexterity character out, because the weapons you can use are a little bit different. But he also needs enough strength to use like a decent shield, and decent shields are kind of hard to come by in that game.
Yeah.
To get a one with decent stability that has 100% damage resist is no small feat.
Black Knight Shield.
Black Knight Shield is great, but you can't parry with it. So I recently found out that there's a bunch of bosses that you can just parry.
Oh, really? That's sick.
And that's probably easier than trying to beat them the way I tried to beat them. Like that dude in the church with the 2 swords.
I saw a guy on the internet beat that guy in 1 hit.
Parryable. Oh, man, people doing that?
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. Not my favorite thing, but that's the thing I like a lot. They do a thing where they... Like, some guy was like, did this Dark Souls all bosses one-shot challenge, and his goal was to defeat every boss in just exactly 1 hit. So he had all sorts of... There's all sorts of ways to buff your health, or buff your damage, or, like, if you're at low health, you get extra damage, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that was pretty cool. That's not... That can't possibly be right.
Look, this guy turns into a dragon man. And then he does something.
The dragon man is that Yorm's machete?
I'm not sure.
So he's got the red tearstone ring, obviously.
And then he's gonna go around to that guy.
Deep protection. And he used a weapon skill that increases your damage. Parries him. And then he... Damn, son!
And then he kills that motherfucker.
The red tearstone ring and the dragon thing are like those buff your attack. People always use those. And I don't know what that weapon is in his left hand. And that's a pretty old school way of doing things.
Yeah.
He and he also, that ability was like had like the club and axe ability, the war cry thing. So that's pretty cool. That's cool. Oh, after I do a 2-year agreement, it was like I was looking at this Verizon thing still, and it said, "Hey, your FiOS digital voice. If you did." So it selected the unlimited voice data plan, and I was like, whatever. But it's like for your if you want to do a per minute plan, it's $85 less a month. I'm like, wait, what? But it turns out that if you once you do the 2-year agreement thing, which is Verizon's. That's their favorite thing to do, is to trick you into forever being their slave.
Yep.
But then again, if you get a 2-year agreement, you get a good price on a 2-year agreement, it also behooves you to have, like, you're like, you can't change my fucking prices for 2 years.
Suck me.
Unless, like, the day afterwards, they're like, yeah, so we decided that 100 megabit up, down range doesn't exist anymore. It's all 150. You'd be like, but
what the fuck?
No, you're grandfathered into a shittier plan. Fuck you.
I hate the fucking cable industry. It sucks.
Fios custom TV, sports and more. I can customize my TV lineup.
What the fuck?
It's actually pretty good. $65 a month. I probably have to pay extra for one DVR, but like
most likely, it's usually not much. It's just $10 a month.
I mean, this is the big one. Like this is the big expense. That and electricity.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Dark Souls. I'm gonna play that game again.
Dark Souls is cool.
The only game I care about right now, like in the past like 24 hours, I decided the only game I care about. In the
Pocket
whole
Card Jockey.
No, I care about that game a little bit, but I only care about Skyrim.
Oh, word?
I was just looking at Skyrim mods last night. I have 55 Skyrim mods installed
now.
Oh
shit!
And I'm like, I want to play some Skyrim, and I found some cool stuff.
Yeah?
A lot of it just makes my life easier. Like, it reduces the effects of encumbrance, but doesn't remove them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also ones that are just, like, cheats. Or just the console. You could just be like, fucking cheat. But I don't necessarily want to do that. I did find this awesome one, and there's one that's similar to it. I found you make your character.
Yep.
And you say, like, okay, what kind of...
Can I make One Punch Man? I want to make One Punch Man.
There was a mod that I don't know what it did, but there was just a picture of the One Punch Man.
Nice.
I don't know what it. Maybe it just increased fist damage. You can just fight with fists and increase your damage.
Unarmed like strikes.
Yeah, you can just increase your unarmed to a level that doesn't exist in the game using the console. That's not even that hard. Like you'd be able to do that in like 5 minutes. But what it did is instead of making you watch the whole opening cinematic and stuff, you picked a class, and like you said, like I want to wear heavy armor and pick this thing, and it like slightly changed what weapons it gave you to start, but it basically put you in one of like 20 something different places in the world. So I picked the assassin class, and it put me in this fort. You can just be the One Punch Man.
Oh fuck, that's awesome.
It just put me in this like fort with some bandits in it, like outside of Riften, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not in that shitty starting area. I didn't waste an hour doing
that part sucks.
Opening thing.
Yeah.
And although there's certain things when I play Skyrim I know I have to do, and I am going to have to go do the story stuff at some point because I want to get Fus Ro Da.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I just
don't.
I should just console command myself Fus Ro Da if that's. I'm sure that's possible.
You could probably do that.
Yeah, so I have it. I also found a mod that replaces the Fus Ro Da sound clip with Shia LaBeouf yelling "Just do it."
Okay.
I have not installed it, but it seems really tight. I did, however, install a mod that gives me the ability to cast a spell that summons a bear that plays Miserloo on the lute.
Okay, yeah. That sounds awesome.
It's pretty great. But mostly all the mods are just... it helps reduce encumbrance.
Every time he punches, he fucking Fus Ro Das.
Oh,
and the guy just dies.
Yeah, you can do that too.
That's
you can
fucking
use the console
sick.
To make weapons that...
Spit dragon stuff.
That, create... you basically just add any effect to any item. So you can make, a mace that when you hit somebody with it, it Fus Ro Das them. I think I have... a mod installed that reduces... so this is when I started playing... I apparently played 170 something hours of Skyrim.
Whoa.
On PC with mods. Because mods are tight.
Mods are tight.
At one point, I downloaded a mod that removed the cooldowns of shouts.
Good.
Because if I want to Fus Ro Da, I should be able to Fus Ro Da.
Hell yeah.
There's a shout called Dragon Rend that you get later that if you miss with it, its cooldown is super long.
That sucks.
And it pissed me off. Mm-hmm. And because you just need to... You make dragons have to land so you can fight them. Mm-hmm. So I'd be fighting a dragon, I'd be like, just land, fucker. And if I miss, I had to wait so long that I was like...
I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for that.
And the only problem with that is that there are certain enemies in the game that, like, the undead Draugr guys will use shouts against you, and it removed their cooldown too. So I had to download a mod that made them not able to use shouts anymore. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Because otherwise, I literally got to a point where I was getting Fusrodad over and over, and like knocked down. I couldn't stand up and do any. Like I was literally like infinitely stun locked, and the AI routine was just using Fusrodad over and over again. Also known as Unrelenting Force.
Hell yeah.
Oh man, I love Skyrim.
Skyrim's
I
good.
love sneaking around in Skyrim. So yeah, this mod like changed the game forever. That let's put you in a different spot every single time. But I'm basically just like I want to have a light Skyrim experience. I don't want to do all the grinding and everything. And I don't want to remove encumbrance. I don't want to just be like a wacky shit fest where I go around like one hit killing everything. I want it to still be like
you want to play a game.
I want to play a game.
Yeah.
But I want to take out the bullshit from the game that I don't agree with. And apparently to get there, I need 55 mods.
All right, fine. Yep. Done.
There's all sorts of shit. There's so many pages, like 700 different mods. And I looked through 25 pages of mods on the Steam Workshop, and I didn't even get to past the ones that weren't rated 5 stars.
Oh, shit.
Like, there's just so many good mods to that game. And a lot of mods are just like, hey, I 3D modeled this sexy lady, and now she's a follower in your game. I'm just like, I'm uncomfortable.
This is fine.
A little creepy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need that. I also don't use followers because I sneak around. So whatever. Yeah. And there's like things that just modify the way that followers work, so that if you accidentally hit them, they don't get mad and stuff like that. It's they've done there's a mod for everything, and if there isn't a mod for it, you can just do it through console commands.
Yep. Hey, should we talk about news?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
While I try and figure out what channels I'm going to get for my Verizon Fios plan.
Food Network.
I need Food Network, I need USA, I need Comedy Central, but I don't know if that's actually included. Compare channel lineups. I can do that. So last week at some point, someone went on the PSN and it accidentally had a little thing on the sidebar that said Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Okay.
And people were like, that's not real. Like, that's not a game that anyone's ever heard of before. Well, they officially announced it since then. Infinity Ward's installment this year, 2016, of Call of Duty is going to be called Infinite Warfare. And it takes place in space, but here's the thing that confuses me about watching the trailer.
I like space.
Here's what confuses me about watching this trailer.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we're going to space. We've almost escaped near future. We're in future because we're in space often, easily. We're easily in space, which is not how things go now. Like now it's like, yeah, you can go to space, but it's like wicked hard, dude. Now it's just like, yeah, people just go to space sometimes.
You get in your space transport vehicle and you just go to space.
But who are these people that we're fighting? Are these people from Earth? Are we both just leaving Earth to go into space to fight? Because that seems
silly,
wasteful.
Yeah,
like that seems like a bad use of resources. But if you're like fighting aliens, like like Elite Dangerous or No Man's Sky, like games that take place in space because they don't make any fucking sense anywhere else. This is not that. This does not fall into that category.
No, this is like near Earth stuff.
Yeah, you're just above Earth. You're just like, hey, what could make What could make war worse? So we rain down debris of crashing spaceships through the ozone layer and just like it turned into meteorites that exploded like hundreds of feet above Earth and destroyed like entire city blocks at a time. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't quite get what's going on there, but
right.
We'll see. Like everyone only plays the multiplayer anyways, so we'll see how that
who
goes.
Cares?
They said they're not doing any of that weird co-op single player bullshit. They're back to like, here's your Call of Duty campaign. You're gonna watch a bunch of spaceships crash, it's gonna look like a fucking action movie that you shoot people in.
Yep. All right, done.
You know what? That's a thing.
That's happening.
That has a place.
Yep.
In the video game world. I'm glad that they're getting back to it. They're not doing any sort of weird like. Oh, but you could also do co-op campaigns, and then there's like this wave-based mode, and just like, no, just listen, just do the things you're supposed to do. Do the multiplayer and do the action campaign, and just do them. And they also said there's going to be some kind of zombie mode that's not going to be actual like zombies, because Call of Duty like Nazi zombies is like a well-established thing.
Yeah.
That I spoke on this podcast earlier about how I think it's bad. It's bad game design that people just go like, yeah, but no, that's just Nazi zombies. You know, it has terrible game design. Like if it had good game design, it'd be like, this isn't Nazi game zombies.
And they're fine with that, I guess.
And there are people out there that are fine with it, but I think it's not good. Like it's not like Dark Souls. It's like a little bit impenetrable, but it eventually teaches you how to do like to do like it gives you the tools you need to succeed. Nazi zombies is like you're put into a world that just wants you to die, and they don't care if you. They're like, oh, you didn't figure it out. I literally don't even care.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, you didn't find the fucking secret gem hidden in the box that you had to spend 100 points to open. I don't even care. I don't even care that you didn't do that. We're not even going to help you out at all. So that's interesting. The other thing that's like causing a little bit of a stink on the internet is that they're remastering Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Weird.
Like, I think one of the earliest Infinity War titles, if not the earliest. Which is something that they can kind of... There's been a lot of rumors of that happening, is that they're going to be remastering Call of Duty games soon. Which is why, like, not all of them are available via backwards compatibility on Xbox One.
Yeah.
That is part of it. But the only way to acquire Modern Warfare Remastered is to buy Infinite Warfare. Possibly a non-base version of Infinite Warfare. I don't quite know how that works.
That just seems like you're really fragmenting your user base of people who probably would play that game.
That you have to buy 2 games?
Yeah.
If they were going to charge, like, if you can pay $60 for the new game and get that one too, that's one thing, because otherwise they would have sold Infinite Warfare for $60
in the marketplace
by itself.
Yeah,
it makes. Yeah, I bet they will.
Okay.
At some point.
All right.
At some point.
But like exclusive.
They'll be like, hey, just download. Here's $30 you can download. Like they're even doing that thing where you can download just the multiplayer, and you go to level 70, and that costs like $20 on PC for Black Ops 3. Like they're not opposed to doing like some different stuff, but right now they want to increase pre-orders.
What if you paid per bullet that you shot?
That would be, for that particular game, that'd be fucking insane.
It's 1/10 of a cent a bullet.
That's well, no, you have to buy bullet packs.
Yep, bullet
that
packs
have like multiple bullets in them.
100,000 bullets for $100 best value.
Mid game, like you can buy more, but it's gonna cost you. You got to go in there prepared. Is all I'm saying. Just like real war. But if they were gonna sell Infinite Warfare for $60 and then just sell the remastered one for $30, and you can just get them both together for $60, that's a positive. It's a good thing. Like that's a positive thing. I'm definitely gonna get this game.
I probably won't.
That's fine. I mean, I don't like it as much as I always did, but like, I still have $60 in November to spend on Call of Duty, especially if it's going to have another game in it. I'm definitely going to get some enjoyment out of it for my friends. I never played Modern Warfare, the original one, either. So, sometimes I want to shoot stuff.
Shooting
and like,
stuff
Call of Duties is like Call of Duties is like a good time for shooting stuff.
Cow of Duty.
So that's an interesting thing. But there's lots of people who are mad. They don't want to have to buy the new game. And to that I say, like, guys, you're gonna fucking buy the game. If you want to play Modern Warfare that bad, you want to just buy the game. You want to buy the new one too.
Yes, you do.
So you either need to cool off because this game doesn't come out until November 4th, or just like, I don't know, fucking shut up and pre-order it.
Yeah, you dicks.
Ryan, I've got really good news, and that is that both the FiOS Custom TV Essentials and the FiOS Custom TV Sports and More include all 3 channels that I give a shit about.
That's tight.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. The concept of $65 a month plus, maybe a little bit extra for DVR, because if I got cable, that dog, like...
Gonna need to record some fucking TV shows.
DVR me, bro.
Yeah. Shit.
Alright, let me switch back to the thing that tells me what the news is.
Okay.
Oh, man, dude, Persona 5 got a release date in a trailer, and it's fucking unbelievable.
Only for Japan.
Yeah, but we know it's coming.
It's coming.
I don't think it might come out September 15th.
What do you predict, over under? Does this game come out before 2016 ends in America?
I think that there is a very small chance that it comes out in America on the same day, like simultaneous release.
You think so?
There's a chance that happens because people do that now. Mm-hmm. I think there's a pretty good chance, like at least a 50% chance that it comes out holiday season here if it's out in September.
I've seen some rumors about a October 29th release date or something like that.
The question is about, so Atlas is owned by Sega now?
Yes.
I feel like Sega might give a shit, or at least have the resources to invest in working on a simultaneous release, because even if all the assets aren't generated and stuff, they just need to give like a script of the game to somebody who speaks English and Japanese, and they can like knock that out while everything else is happening. It's like how when Dark Souls 3 came out, all the English stuff existed for that game.
That's true. Yeah.
Like, that stuff was already done.
That's very
true. That is not, by far, not the most time-consuming part of the game development process.
Yeah.
So it's very possible that if they want to do a simultaneous release, they will. At the very least, I think it would behoove them to get it out before the end of the year.
I mean, I have high hopes, but
if not, I really don't think it would come out any later than like February. Like I could see them going for like a late January release, but at the very least before April of 2017 because of whole like fiscal year shit.
Yeah,
they're probably gonna want to have it out by then. But that game looks tight, and there's like waifus.
Dude, I love waifus.
Dude, that trailer was really tight. And
riddled with waifus.
There's like the blonde lady and the cat person, and then there's the lady with the orange hair and the glasses, and there's definitely a scene in there where they're like, oh my gosh, I looked at the orange hair and glasses lady, and she's pretty. We didn't realize it because we was like, oh, she's like the tech lady or whatever. We blah, 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 blah. And then it was like, oh man, she let her hair down. Like, oh yeah. Yeah, dog. Like, that was like a scene in that trailer. That's definitely a scene in that game. I mark my words.
Yep.
But it looks to be, as far as I can tell, running on at least the Catherine engine or a modified version of it. So that
game looks sick.
It looks really, really cool. And they showed a little bit about some of the monsters and the bad guys in the game, and that game has just got so much fucking style, dude.
I'm so excited.
The game is so stylish.
Holy Santa Claus shit, am I fucking excited.
I, too, am excited.
I want to fucking play Persona 5.
Yeah, well, I like I said, I think we'll be before the end of the year. We'll get our hands on it. Do we know where that game is coming to?
In terms of platforms?
Yeah.
I believe it's only PS4 and PS3. Currently. There's been rumors of a PC release, but
PS3?
Yes.
Why bother?
Well, they had announced that they would be doing that.
Oh shit! It's gonna have to be on PlayStation Neo.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Or so if there's a cutoff date to like when PlayStation Neo games need to happen. They could put it out before then. Or there may be like some kind of weird loophole where it comes out in Japan at September 15th where they don't have to do anything with Neo stuff. What else we got?
I don't know what else we got.
Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem coming to mobile. That's happening.
Yeah, they said during that earnings report thing about the NX that the two franchises, in addition to Pokemon, that they think that are going to be coming to mobile, because they think they've got potential. I keep looking. No, I guess I'm over here. I keep looking over there for some reason. I feel like I'm not being picked up properly, but it's still the mic is generally near me. The two franchises that they would very much like to bring to mobile next are Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing, which, yeah, you know, like I don't know, it's probably not going to be that bad. Depends on what they do with them. If they make like a fucking match 3 game where you match leaves and bell bags, like I don't know.
I would be really okay if they just fucking made a Fire Emblem game on mobile. I'd be fucking really okay with that. It would depend.
What would it look like?
I don't know. It would really have to depend on how fucking riddled with microtransactions it is, which would make me upset. Like I just hope that Nintendo's plans for mobile doesn't include like a fucking microtransaction laden profit stream, which I'm sure it does, but
there's going to be some way for them to make money.
Sell ads.
That doesn't really seem like a Nintendo strat.
All the pop-ups for Game of Clash.
Game of Clash. Well, yeah, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't see them doing that, selling ads.
No, I'm sure they're gonna be like, you can revive this guy for $5.
Yeah, Pokemon Picross came out, was free to play, even though I think it was for 3DS still.
Yeah, I think so.
I heard like the free to play stuff in that was really
garbage,
undesirable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's potential there.
Mm-hmm.
Those are popular franchises that could.
I think Animal Crossing on mobile is a fucking clutch move.
Yeah, I don't know if they. Well, I don't know. Are they gonna have? Well, we'll see if they make like a mini Animal Crossing game that plays like an Animal Crossing game. I feel like the whole point of Animal Crossing game is scope, though. Like you really got to have like all those items to collect and like the huge potential database of animals. Like I don't know if I'd find that. Like it's like a charming world that you could adapt to other formats, but you're gonna make like an Animal Crossing game.
I'm pretty sure it won't be like a straight up Animal Crossing, but I think they'll use some. They talk specifically about using like the IP.
Yeah, I also think that I think at one point they said like the games you put on mobile using these franchises in general, speaking generally about when they announced this, that they're just like they're not going to be Mario like we're not putting Super Mario World out there with touch controls. Like we're not trying to make one of those games that is like a good one of those games the way that you'd expect to get it on another system.
Yep.
We're just making something using the intellectual property, which is probably the better way to do that. So we'll see exactly what comes out of that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about...
Okay. What do we got? What's happening?
I just want to hit this real quick, but about the fact that the Oculus Rift has not... They took all those pre-orders.
Yes.
And they're not done fulfilling them.
Yes.
And they said very soon you'll be able to go to a Target and buy an Oculus Rift off the shelf, but people are still waiting for their pre-orders to be fulfilled.
That's fucked.
And it's like, wait, so you have Oculus Rifts, but you're giving them to Target instead of the people who got in there and pre-ordered it.
Yeah, it's wicked shitty, but I imagine at some point Palmer Luckey, or is Palmer Luckey, right? That's the guy?
That's one of the guys.
I'm sure his sales team made a deal with Target to be like, we need to have some shit on the shelf by June.
Yeah, it just sucks that
it sucks for all those people. Them,
yeah. Like if they have the fucking... So you order an Oculus Rift and they're like, listen guys, as soon as we make some more, we'll send you one. You're like, okay, I understand. The production is hard or whatever. I don't actually understand anything production, so I can live with that. But
Target, We got them fucking Oculus Rift for you, dog.
Exactly. if they have them and they're just giving them a target instead of the people who, like the diligent customers who, like, pre-ordered it the day it came out, sight unseen, knowing nothing about it, well, yeah, they deserve to get a fucking Oculus Rift. If you got them, send them to them.
Fucking right?
That's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, it is.
Right, did you hear about this Kickstarter about that guy, what made Doom?
Yeah, and then, like, he didn't make his fucking game after all. Like, he pulled the Kickstarter. Okay. John Romero, right?
John Romero.
Yeah.
And there's some other guy named that I didn't know exactly who it was. I think he was one of the original designers on one of the games he worked on, such as Doom.
Yeah.
Or one of the artists. So I made this footnote here about this in our document. I mentioned the fact that Kickstarter, I spelled it wrong. Kickstarter is trash now, and maybe always has been. So what happened was he made a decent portion of the money in like 4 days. It made like over $100,000 of the $700,000 goal, and then they just pulled it. Like, they canceled the Kickstarter campaign. Because citing that they wanted to come back when they had a playable demo, which...
Then why did they launch it in the first place?
Okay, yeah, like, maybe because as soon as he did it, everyone was just like, why does he have a playable demo? I'm not going to give him money unless it's a playable demo. He's like, what? What did you... What? Kickstarter? What are you guys talking about? I didn't do a Kickstarter. And also, he was... apparently pretty forthcoming with the information that, like, this is not their only source of income.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that there's at least some publisher out there who's like, yeah, we want that fucking John Romero game. We want that hot shit.
Yeah,
give us that.
Well,
garbage.
Yes, of course. So this is why Kickstarter is garbage now, because it's not them going. Like, Kickstarter is like, in my opinion, Kickstarter exists for, if you're going to put your game on Kickstarter, you're like an independent developer, small team. You get on there, you're like, we got a really good idea for a game, but like, if we were going to develop it and release it so that you guys could play it and have fun, we're going to need to quit our day jobs, and we can't do that right now financially, and we just need a little help, and then you'll get to play our game.
Yep.
And then I will be happy because you played our game and you liked it, and you'll be happy because you played our game and you liked it, and we'll make another game later, maybe with the money we make after releasing the game. Or we won't make any money because everyone who cares about it already owns it because they got it from Kickstarter backer rewards. I mean, that's a whole other thing that, like, you can't really know what's going to happen until after you've done it. And
right.
You kind of, as a team, have to figure that shit out. But now it's like, hey, we found these people who are going to give us like a shitload of money to make our game because we're really well-known developers. We're just using a smaller team now. But, like, I don't know, I guess we'll just put our game on Kickstarter to see if we can make even more money before the fact. And then also, like, gauge popularity. Like, this is what this is what happened with Shenmue 3, is that basically it eventually was revealed that basically Sony and some other companies were prepared to give the developers some hot deals, like give them write them some fat checks.
Big fat
but they're
checks.
like, I don't know, this seems kind of risky. I don't think anybody gives a shit about Shenmue. I know, if you get this amount of money in your Kickstarter, this will prove to us that people give a shit about Shenmue, and we'll give you more money to make it. And I guess that's one way to do it.
Yeah, right.
But
I guess
also, what? Like, I guess it's better than like doing or different. It's different than doing a poll and saying, like, if Shenmue 3 came out, would you buy it? Like,
well, yeah,
actually, you're asking people to pre-buy Shenmue 3.
Yeah, you're accepting. It's almost like how many people are willing to bet on a game, right? Up front.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times. Like Yooka-Laylee and Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, like those things. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'll give you $20 because then I'll get a copy of the game and it'll cost less than the $30 you're going to charge for it when it comes out. And I more or less trust your ability to deliver, and even if you don't, I'll have spent that $20 so long ago that I won't even give a shit about it anymore.
Yep.
Like, I will completely have forgotten about it. Best case scenario, one day I get an email that's just like, hey, here's a game.
Yeah,
we owe you this because you gave us money. I'm like, no, I didn't. What are you talking about? I don't remember that happening. And then I just got a free fucking game, basically. Or they go, yeah, it's actually not happening. And I go like, oh, well, that $20... I would have spent it on something fucking else. like I don't even care about the $20 anymore. That was like 3 years ago.
I'm still waiting for my flip-flops that I put in the oven, and they like mold to your feet. I'm still waiting for those.
Wait, did you kickstart that? They're gonna send you these?
Yep.
What the? This is gonna be the mag belt all over again, man.
Probably. But like. They sound like such a good idea. I'm like,
so you make them hot in the oven, and then you put your feet in them,
so
and
like,
then they remember the shape of your feet?
Yep.
But how hot do they have to be?
Not, they didn't say.
So like, if you go to the beach, are they going to start melting?
Oh, maybe.
That's what my concern is.
I don't know, dog. I don't know, but I bought some on Kickstarter. Fucking Kickstarter.
Yeah, I would just be concerned that if they got too hot at the beach, then they would start molding to your feet again.
Probably, but I guess it's not a big deal because they're already molded to my feet.
But are they molded to your feet when you place them in it, or they're molded to your feet when you like are walking in them? Because it's like a whole lot of extra force.
I'm sure there's like a setup process that they will send instructions.
Right, and it'll probably be like, yeah, apply gentle pressure, but if they start molding to your feet when you're walking on them, that's a whole lot more pressure. It would be a different foot shape.
It's
probably what I'm saying.
It's probably like you stand in them for like 2 minutes, and then you like walk around in them for 2 minutes, and then done. And then it's or you know, I'm sure they thought about it. Hopefully, maybe if I'm lucky.
Well, I still think it's going to be about as successful as the mag belt.
Yeah, mag belt was a bad purchase. I still use it.
It's a good idea in theory. Like you're like, wow, if that works, that'd be really cool. And then it's like, it doesn't.
The thing in the belt that makes the magnet go moves all the time. So, fuck it. Hey, is that it?
I think it's something else, but probably not.
Is that it? Is there anything else? Next From Software game coming to PSVR, I guess?
Yeah, From Software did this little teaser thing. They're just like, hey, the next game that comes out is going to be Xbox One, PS4, PSVR, and PC. And you're like, what? Unless that just means...
It might be coming to all VRs.
You can use the PSVR as a screen
I guess.
Play the game.
Yeah.
Instead of using your screen, but that would be bad.
Yeah.
Because it has to be like the resolution is different and it can't be as good of a looking game if it's going to be a VR game.
That's yeah.
I don't know. I
mean, they talk about it being a new IP, so maybe it's fucking a new IP and
Cookies and Cream too. No, that's an established IP.
Ridge Racer.
Yeah, that seems like a really weird thing. I read about this real quick. We'll see about PSVR support for From Software, what they're even working on next.
Who knows?
I read this thing, and I didn't look into it at all, but it sounds like the craziest thing ever. Sega has Genesis Classics on Steam, right?
Yep.
Like,
that's fucking
it's like
crazy.
the Hedgehog. They're just adding workshop support to those. You can mod Sega games.
You can make shit for those.
I saw one that was like it replaces the sound of picking up a ring in Sonic the Hedgehog with Tim Allen grunting.
That sounds great. That sounds fantastic.
That sounds perfect.
Yes.
Like that's like I looked at that and I'm just like, if this is the caliber of mod that we are going to be receiving here, then that's awesome.
Sign me up.
Also, I wonder if that means that you can just be like, hey, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, I made this mod that instead of going to the second level, you go to this level that I made, and now it's just like a fucking Sonic maker.
That sounds all right.
And someone makes like software that helps you, like, you make a Mario Maker level, and then it just writes you a code that you copy and paste into a workshop document, and then like that
would be fucking tight.
I don't like. What kind of weird future do we live in that Sega is like, yeah, let's just do that? I feel like some companies, some video game companies are still like, nope, we got to do this way. We got to stay the course. This is it. And someone is just like, fuck it. What does it even matter? Like, let's just do something stupid.
Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Fuck that.
They're like, people are gonna do this shit anyway with ROMs. Let's just get $5 out of them for buying the game for real, and then let them give them legit.
Yeah, totally. That's fucking rad. Oh, yeah. All right, podcast over.
I think PlayStation View might be worth it.
Yeah, you think?
I started getting into like the bundle prices. Look at the bundle prices, and then it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, it's $10 extra a month for the modem. Mm-hmm. And then for every TV you want to connect, the equipment is $12 a month.
Oh, fuck off.
And then if you want DVR, that's at least $8 a month for like the most basic shit.
Oh, man.
And this is just like if I want 100 with nothing else, $40.
Oh, great. Get a PlayStation View subscription for $30. Done.
Oh, fuck.
The saga continues.
I didn't want it to have to come to this.
Will Nick get a PlayStation View subscription?
I need to talk to somebody at Verizon and be like, listen, I want to just get internet, but if this shit goes wrong, I need to be able to add cable later for not $1,000. Because this isn't just me. Like, if I'm just turning it on to watch Tosh.0,
yeah,
like I'm just living by myself, that works for me. Like, I will just turn on the Amazon Fire, go to the View app. I'll just get used to that. I don't care.
But like for other people,
but for like, for other people, I don't want to subject them to that. I want them to have an open mind about it. But if they just go like, listen, like if Jess is just like, this is not fucking gonna work, then I need to be able to get TV as well from these people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, fucking $40 a month.
Done. All right. That's going to do it. Bear vs. Mancast, episode 61. You can follow us on Twitter at Bear vs. Man. Twitch.tv.
You're going to do it.
Twitch.tv/Bear vs. Man. We play video games and do shows and fucking stuff on there all the time. Hang out. Fucking rate us on iTunes because it makes us good for iTunes.
Yeah, you go to hashtag Bear vs. Man it forward. Leave a review, tell a friend, because those are really the only ways that we're gonna have more listeners.
That's true.
If you make it onto like some top chart somewhere, or if you just like tell your friend who's a dumb idiot
that we're dumb idiots and we can all be dumb idiots together. It'll be nice. But that's gonna do it for us here.
That's pretty much it. Twitch.tv/Bear vs. Man. Sometimes we do a show called the Bear vs. Man Show, where we play usually dumb video games.
Yep.
Or Joe just plays like some game that he really likes.
Joe's really bad at shows, and we're trying to get him to be better.
He's just like, hey, I'm just gonna play this game, Cogs.
Joe wants to play The Witness really bad, and I'm like, Joe, that's a fucking horrible show game.
I don't want him to spoil it.
And that's the other thing I told him too, is that like Nick still wants to play that game.
I need to work on that. I'm thinking about just like as soon as the Overwatch beta ends, just being like, okay, Xbox, like all consoles out of my home, and I'm gonna have just a nice like a little week of like some PC time.
PC time?
Yeah, just like
that sounds alright.
Just like yeah, man, I just gotta play PC games, and that's fine. I'll just make it work.
Yeah,
like PC, iPad, 3DS, and that's gonna be pretty much it. And it's going to refocus my attention, and I don't know, it could be good for me.
Hey, we're gonna play Transistor soon, right?
I already played most of it.
Oh, I haven't started it yet. Well, anyway, we're doing a thing, book club. Send us your thoughts to questions at bearversusman.com.
Oh, did you say that already?
I did. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we've talked about it on
bearversusman.com.
Questions at bearversusman.com. If you want to tell us what you think about Tracer. Nope, not Tracer. Transistor.
Yeah, tell us what you think about Tracer, too. Fuck it. I don't care.
Do both.
We're going to be playing Transistor and
having in-depth.
It's probably not going to be that in-depth.
A regular depth.
Yeah, we're going to have a depth conversation about it.
So, yeah, if you have thoughts you want to share with the world via our podcast, come send us an email. Questions at bearversusman.com.
Yeah.
Done.
Do it.
All right, that's it.
Who's hungry?
Fucking, I am.
Sick.
All right, bye.